Good morning everyone, now that all of my gear is finally complete, it is time to see the before and after in the DPS difference, as well as my potency. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to address is I am slowly redecorating my room because my office is empty and a lot of people on the live stream have been saying, Kero, are you broke? What happened? Did Sega steal all your money? Why is your house so empty? Well, listen guys, IKEA just dropped by and look at this. I now have a sofa, guys. I have a sofa bed. So I actually have a bed now and I can sleep here, okay guys? So I'm not totally broke. I have a sofa now, so yay. But with that being said, let us just take a quick look at my armors as well as my augments. As we can see, we are using full 3 Ecstasis armors, all at enhancement plus 90, as well as Fixa Orxis level 5. As for the augments, is the exact same for all 3 pieces. We got the An Addy Def Parfait, the Grand Gladius Soul, Grand Dreadkeeper 2, Gland Gigas Maste, Lux Halfinale, High Kavar's Domina, as well as the Mega Triel. Now, the High Kavar's Domina isn't exactly the best in slot, however, it works perfectly for my personal playstyle. Personally, I have seen a shift in the meta for me personally, in the sense that I think going damage adjustment or floor potency might be the future. There's potential for this. And the reason for this is because if you have incredibly high damage adjustment, you might want to consider Fixa 5 attack instead of Fixa Fatale. Because Fixa Fatale increases your crit chance, but the thing about crit chance and floor potency is they kind of conflict with each other, and so I'm leaning all in on floor potency or damage adjustment, and that way I can go Fixa attack, which actually gives me even more potency, and I'm gonna lean towards that side versus crit rate and crit damage now. Now, this is just a personal preference thing from my half. You can do whatever the heck you want. I don't know the number crushing stuff, so we're gonna need to look at like Cakewalk's DPS calculator and all of that stuff. This is just a little hunch from my point of view on what I want to do, and I don't care about what the meta is. So you probably need to do your own research before you copy me or go crit chance, crit damage, or whatever. But nevertheless, that's not the point of today's video. Today's video is me flexing my 288% potency. This is everything fully upgraded. This is my end game stats right here. There's nothing else I'm going to be upgrading anytime soon until October. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But a lot of people wanted to know what was my potency before. So before, when we were still using the Octo Armor Argas, again, they were also Fixa 5 Orxis, and the augments were a little bit more dated. When we go over here to my personal, to character information, you can see that my potency was 243.5. We went from 243.5 to 288. So we actually increased our potency by 44%. That is absolutely massive. It's a huge amount of potency increase, and this is because I skipped an entire generation. So we skipped the 9-star rarity armors. We didn't use the Aina armors at all. We went from Octo, skipped a generation, straight to Ecstasis. And this is what I personally like to do. That's why I hyper invest whenever I do a big armor upgrade, is because I know for a fact that I will be skipping generations. So even though these Ecstasis armors were incredibly expensive with the 42 augmentation item protections that I used, the 3,500 star gems that I used for one singular S capsule, and yes, the investment was incredibly heavy, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears were put into this. However, I will not need to upgrade for another year. And because of that, it's justifiable in my point of view. However, I know for the majority of players, you might not even play this game for that long. So for you guys, maybe you shouldn't do this, you know? Just go with the regular LC capsules, the easy, accessible stuff that you get from just grinding within a week, and you can just complete your armors and you're good to go. However, now it is time to actually see the damage numbers, because I know a lot of people are very curious on how much DPS increase did I actually gain. So in order to show the DPS difference, we're simply going to go to the test dummies, or the level 1 dummies over here. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, Kero, these are the level 1 dummies. They have their weakness to all the elements. They have no defenses. This isn't a real test. Well, the thing is, we're only comparing the damage difference between the two different armor sets, you know, from my 243% potency to my 288% potency. So as long as I'm hitting the same target and showing the damage numbers, you can just see the raw difference in damage increase. And so personally, I think this test is much easier and much more valid to take a look at. So in order to conduct this DPS test, we're simply going to cast Lotus Lightning, which is level 10. And after every third cast of Lotus Lightning, we will use an empowered normal attack. And we're literally going to continue with this rotation until we burn through all of our PP. So with that being said, let us just begin. So we can see we're going to start now, and 1, 2, 3, empowered normal attack. And the only thing that you guys need to pay attention to is going to be the DPS number on the top right corner. And that is really the only thing that you guys really need to take a look at. So you can see, you know, this is with my old armors. So we're at like 15,000 damage. And we ran out of PP. There we go. So it was about 15,000 damage. We're going to round up a little bit, you know, give him a little bit of buffer. So now we're going to wait for our PP to recover, and we are going to change over to our stasis armors over here now. So we are increasing our potency by 44% now. And now once our PP is fully recovered at 223, we're going to do the exact same test. We are going to need to do /DPS clear or /clear DPS. Or /DPS clear. There we go. And then once we've done that, we can see the number has reset. Again, we're going to go to Lotus Lightning. 1, 2, 3, normal attack. 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 And 1, 2. And you can see over there, we went to 17,500. So we basically went from 15,000 to 17,500. So that was like a 2,500 DPS increase. Now remember, this is against a test dummy or training target that is level 1, so the damage numbers are inflated. But the main thing that I want you to take away from this is, hey, the damage increase was roughly 2,500, which is pretty good. So, you know, it's really up to you on how you want to interpret this. Was it really worth going through all that pain and hassle to just gain a 2,500 DPS? Maybe, maybe not. But then again, when you look at the raw potency, seeing that, oh, it was increased by 44% potency, you know, maybe that might trick your brain into thinking it's a little bit more justifiable. But nevertheless, the takeaway over here is, hey, when you increase your potency, your DPS increases as well. And remember, DPS stands for damage per second. So even though it might not seem like a huge number, it's like it's only 2,500, but remember, that is damage per second. So when you're fighting a boss for 10 minutes, that DPS adds up. That total damage that you're able to dish out does add up incredibly quickly. So even though you might think it's only 2,500, it actually signifies a lot more than that.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.